St. Lucia's watersheds and agricultural lands are under mounting pressure from deforestation and poor land use practices, according to Dr. James Fletcher, who delivered the 2024 Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture. Fletcher warned that many of the island's 37 watersheds have been damaged.
An equally ominous situation exists with our water resources. Many of our country's 37 watersheds have been damaged from deforestation and poor land use practices. 10 of our 37 watersheds account for roughly 90% of the dry season flow of water. And 15 of our watersheds, less than half the total number, account for 99% of the dry season flow. Some of the watersheds that used to be productive no longer produce any water.
The dire situation with St. Lucia's watersheds coincides with a significant decline in agricultural holdings on the island.
To add insult to injury, in the absence of a land use policy or plan, we have stood by and watched the area of agricultural holdings in St. Lucia dwindle from 72,001 acres in 1974 to 30,204 acres at the last agriculture census in 2007. I believe, judging from what has happened in Cul-de-Sac, Roseau, and Barbano in the last 15 years, this figure must be close to 15,000 at present.
Fletcher noted that the island's transition from an agriculture-based economy dependent on bananas to a tourism monoculture also contradicts Lewis's emphasis on balanced economic growth between sectors.
Almost 45 years later, we have not realized Sir Arthur Lewis's prescription of adopting appropriate agrarian policies and investing in the right mix of technologies in order to feed ourselves. So, what is the solution? Well, first, we must pay greater attention to food security. We must safeguard our land and water resources and undertake a comprehensive and sustained program to revitalize the agriculture sector in our country. We are seeing a resurgence of interest among our youth in food security. They understand the importance. They recognize the opportunity. This must be supported by sound government policy and timely responses. Secondly, our economy needs to be diversified and made more resilient. Although they did not exist as opportunities during the life of Sir Arthur, ecosystem-based services in the green and blue economy are obvious candidates, as are strategic investments in the knowledge and creative sectors.
The former government minister again underscored protection of the land and water resources and reinvigorating the agriculture sector to achieve food security, a goal that aligns with Lewis's vision for less developed countries to feeding themselves through appropriate policies. The threats to St. Lucia's watersheds and sinking agricultural lands underscore environmental challenges facing the small island developing state. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.